Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. Now, you will recall that earlier this year, the United Nations issued a warning to albinos, not only in Tanzania, but in Africa, to be very careful because witch doctors were willing to pay as high as $75,000 to secure the limbs of an albino. Now, this is based on the belief that the limbs of albinos bring good luck, and the witch doctors use the limbs of those they've captured to prepare charms to secure victory for political aspirants. Some children living with albinism were lucky enough to escape with their lives, but not their limbs. Thankfully, organizations like the Global Medical Relief Fund have come to the rescue and are providing such children with artificial prosthetic limbs in a bid to help them get back their lives. Well, for more on this gracious move being made by the Global Medical Relief Fund, I'm joined by none other than the founder and director of the fund, Elisa Montanti. Elisa, thank you very much for joining us on Network Africa.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, I must say, what you're doing is amazing. My question to you is, of all the issues in the world, why was this the one which stood out for you, which you thought you should probably make some contribution towards?
Oh my God, how could you not? In my 17 years of, doing my charity, I have never encountered anything so horrific. You know, children step on landmines, have been injured by earthquakes, tsunamis, but another human being deliberately doing this to another and children, it's just unthinkable. And when I read an article about 5-year-old Baraka and what was happening, you know, it was hard to grasp. And I reached out, and I found Under the Same Sun, who is an advocate for albinism, and they help these children with education and a safe house. And in doing so, they said that they can get to Baraka. They thanked me profusely because these children desperately need limbs, but they said they had 4 other children. And so, can I help? And I said, yes, I will. And my charity brought them here. And it's just now, they've been here 2 months, and they're just beautiful, beautiful, fragile children. And they've transformed, you know. At first it was, you could tell that, you know, they came with their head held downwards, and I guess it took a lot to trust people. And they're, just instilled with dignity and youth again, you know.
Indeed, that's indeed the case, because we've seen the footage, which is actually rolling right now. But I'd just like to ask, how many albinos with such conditions can the Global Medical Relief Fund actually afford to help?
Well, you know, we are a very small charity. We've been doing this for 17 years. We've helped about 200 children, but about 1,000 follow-up visits, because each child we bring come back until they're 21. So Baraka, who's only 5, he has a whole lifetime ahead of him yet. So we're committed to help all these 5 children. We have another child coming next week, actually. But I hope there aren't any more attacks. But if there are, we are here to help. And God bless the Shriners Children's Hospital, because they're our lifeline. They help all the children we bring here who have lost limbs. So we're committed to help these children and any other child that needs help. And we pray and that God provides us with the resources to continue to do this.
And we hope that will be the case too. Elisa, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Elisa Montanti, she is the founder and director of the Global Medical Relief Fund, who have been catering to albinos who lost their limbs during election period in parts of Africa, particularly in Tanzania. Well, there's some disappointing news from the sports world. The International Association of Athletics Federations has announced that 2 Kenyan runners have been suspended after testing positive for doping at the World Championships in Beijing. Joyce Zakari, who's 29, and Koki Manunga, who's 21, have accepted provisional bans after targeted tests by the governing body. The pair, who competed in the 400 meters and 400-meter hurdles, were tested at their team hotel on the 20th and 21st of this month. Zakari set a national record of 50.71 seconds in the 400 meters heats on Monday. However, Zakari did not start in her scheduled semi-final on Tuesday. Manunga finished 6th in her heat of the 400 meters hurdles after recording a time of 58.96. As things stand now, 13 Kenyan athletes are currently serving suspensions for doping offenses.